Good evening. Welcome to Left, Right and Centre. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the program tonight, Bihar's gangster-turned-politician Anand Mohan Singh, whose imminent release from jail has sparked a huge row in Bihar, has made it clear he is ready to jump back into the arena of active politics. Out on parole for the wedding of his son, Mr. Singh spoke to the media amidst a heated exchange between the ruling JDU and the opposition BJP. Mr. Singh, a former RJD MP, faced numerous cases and was found guilty of abetting and lynching a Dalit district magistrate, G Krishnaiah, in 1994. His release comes after the Nitish Kumar-led government tweaked prison rules, allowing the remission of jail term for those convicted of murdering a public servant on duty. Is this even allowed? Next on the show, at a time when there have been several questions on just how united the main opposition Maha Vikas Aghadi is in Maharashtra, or for that matter the future of the BJP Shinde Sena government, given that there's a key Supreme Court judgment on the disqualification of MLAs expected. I speak to the senior Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut, who denies any problems in the MVA. He also said that Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis are suffering from depression. That's an important interview that comes up along with a special debate at 1:30. But let's quickly move on to our top debate and what we are looking at this evening. Anand Mohan Singh, likely to be out of jail anytime now. A man who was found guilty and convicted of the murder of a district magistrate. How could this be allowed to take place? I'm joined by Dr. Naval Kishore and K. Mahesh. Dr. Kishore, on what basis was this decision taken?
It has been based on the fact that the person who has been found guilty and given punishment, he has already served that, and whatever conditions that has been taken into consideration is in public domain, so there is nothing to hide. The only thing is that it is not for somebody special to it. It is something which has been taken into consideration, that if someone has served that complete term of punishment, he can be considered for that, and that is the only reason. He is not the only one. There are many people who have been allowed to set free on the basis of the taken those things.
I fail to understand how a convict of a charge of murder, who was responsible in a sense for the murder of a bureaucrat, right? How do you amend that law?
No, it has been looked into it, and the amendment is only on the basis that if it is a crime, the crime cannot be differentiated on the basis of one or two. It is a crime is a crime, and there is punishment for the crime, and that punishment has been given to the person who is concerned. And since he has undergone that punishment and he comes into this ambit of amendment law, therefore the release is imminent.
27 prisoners were said to be released, right, as a result of this tweaking of prison rules. On what basis were 27 others released as well?
Yes.
On good conduct, no, or having served 14 years? Because each case is different.
Right? There is a remission committee which is there in all the states. It is not only in this special case of Bihar. It is there in every state, and that commission has taken decision based on what is there, what is given, and what is considered, and on the basis of that they have taken decision. Okay. It is not just for somebody, and it is something special on it.
Mr. K. Mahesh, do you accept that argument that he served a certain number of years and is eligible to get out of jail, and that is what has been done?
Vishnu, I oppose this lock, stock and barrel. First, let me convey my heartfelt condolences to Mrs. Krishnaiah, and we all mourn his loss and pay homage to our very proud member of the IS, who was brutally honest, who was courageous, and who led from the front. It is unfortunate that he died. But just look at the way in which Anand Mohan Singh, who is a gangster, has been released. First of all, my first point is the timing of the release. You just see what are the compelling reasons for the Bihar government to release him now in 2023. That is my first question. The second question is, my second point is that yes, section 433A of the CRPC allows remission for the state government. But I would like to know that all the criminals who are released, are they to be on the same, they have to be weighed on the same scale, or do we need to discriminate? Anand Mohan Singh is not an ordinary criminal. He was twice member of parliament who brutally got Krishnaiah murdered. Should he not be treated in a different manner than others? If this rule was not amended, he would have continued to be in jail.
No, but Mr. Mahesh, if you just look at recent legal precedent.
Vishnu, let me complete.
No, Mr. Mahesh, you made your point.
Please.
Let me ask you a question.
Third point is.
No, Mr. Mahesh, let me ask the questions. If you can just answer. If you just look at recent legal precedent on the issue of Maya Kodnani, also a minister, a former minister, the fact that she's been released also. So, there is legal precedent of people being released by in Gujarat, for example, right after having served a certain number of years. Mr. Mahesh?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is that you are talking about ministers and the process of release. What I'm saying is that there is recent evidence to suggest that this has happened even in Gujarat. For example, in the case of Maya Kodnani, who is also a minister. So even then, she's been allowed to leave jail. She's been granted remission.
Look, Vishnu, I am not talking about Maya Kodnani. What I am saying is you have to discriminate between convicts who have to be released and who are not to be released. You have to see the gravity of the offence, on what grounds they have been convicted. And Anand Mohan Singh is not an ordinary criminal. He killed a public servant. Under the normal rule, he would have been in jail for 20 years. I just wanted to make another point. What message are you giving to the young civil servants and our potential civil servants, IS and the IPS? How they can enforce the rule of law? How can they work without fear and favor? That is my question. If this is the state of affairs, how do we work? How do we discharge our duties without fear and favor?
Dr. Naval Kishore, reply to those points.
I just want to make another point.
No, 1 second, sir. I'll come back to you. You've raised lots of points. Dr. Naval Kishore, would you like to reply to that?
Yeah.
Firstly, this was no ordinary murder. And secondly, what signal does this send?
I do not know on what pretext he is saying it is not ordinary. Every murder is a murder. And rule of law is equally applicable to everyone, whosoever it is. The court has it has gone under judicial process and punishment has been granted. He has also met the punishment. There is a remission committee, a remission commission, and it has certain yardstick on which it takes decision. And similar yardstick must have been considered in this case also. If you look at several cases, you will not find any difference. But if we are not justifying crime, we are not differentiating crime. That you must understand. We are just saying that there is certain judicial process. If there is any lapse in following the process, then you can raise the point. But you cannot say that this case is very special, that case is not. Every life is a life for that matter. And nobody is justifying any kind of murder.
All right. Okay.
We are just. Yeah, and you look at the Bilkis Bano case in Gujarat.
Alok Vats, do you believe that... One second, Mr. Vats is also with us. Do you believe this is being done with an eye on the elections? The fact that Anand Mohan Singh, who's out on parole presently, said that I was a politician before, why shall I retire now? He's a strong Rajput leader in Bihar. Do you believe this has been done on the basis of cynical politics?
Look, Vishnu, this particular release is purely based on caste factors for the forthcoming election. There is no other reason other than that.
What
and
about
in Bihar, all those who are goons, who are criminals, who are people like Anand Mohan, they have all turned into politicians. And they have been given patronage by political parties. Now it has been done at the behest of Lalu Yadav and his camp. And Nitish Kumar, after aligning with RJD, has started the Jungle Raj 3. So all this was expected, and these are going on the same line. Bihar is gone to the dogs once again. There is no law and order there, nothing. Because to increase the my vote with Rajput votes, though he is not by and large the biggest leader of Rajput in the whole of Bihar.
But Mr. Vats, let me ask you one question, sir, respectfully.
And Saharsa.
Alok Vats, sir, let me ask you one question respectfully.
Good majority of people.
No, but Mr. Vats, let me ask you a question respectfully. You criticize the release of this man over here in Bihar. Why isn't the BJP openly criticizing the release of those who were convicted for the gang rape and murder in the Bilkis Bano case?
That's right.
Let me tell you one thing, very honestly. Even that was a bad precedent set. I'm telling you, no such criminal.
Is that your personal opinion, sir, or is that the opinion of the BJP?
No, it's purely my personal opinion.
So, but therefore, sir, as a BJP leader yourself, is it not surprising because other senior BJP leaders have criticized the RJD, JDU in Bihar, saying how have you released him? But they are quiet because it's at the end of the day, it's politics. Whichever release serves your political purpose, it works.
Let me tell you, Som, everybody will justify that all that has been done in Bihar or Gujarat has gone according to the rules. Nobody, no leader will say that any rule has been flouted. Yes, they have misused their powers to do all these things. Bihar, it is done purely with eye on the elections and very, very clearly for Rajput votes.
Okay, one
Nothing
second.
else.
Sure.
Bihar is not.
Okay, Mr. Mahesh, you are of course a part of the IAS Association. Do you believe that there is a legal basis to challenge this in court?
Well, I think certainly it can be, I think it can be explored that this must be challenged in the court of law, and the Bihar government forthwith must reconsider this. Forthwith it must reconsider. It is sending wrong message to the young bureaucrats, to the young civil servants, young IPS officers and our potential bureaucrats. It must be challenged in the court of law. And let me tell you one thing more so, that look, we should also look at the high courts. When this Patna High Court converted this into a death sentence into a life sentence, they should have said until the natural life is over. That is also important. If this was incorporated, then even the rules could not have changed that. He would have stayed in the jail till his natural death.
No, but Dr. Nawal Kishore answered.
But this decision must be reconsidered and it must be fought. Okay. And the IAS Association has passed a resolution, and I'm very much with them.
Okay. Dr. Nawal Kishore just replied to the key point over here that this has been done for political purposes. Anand Mohan Singh has been a strong leader, a Rajput leader. It's been done before elections.
No, if BJP raises this kind of question, they must explain that why they fought along with Anand Mohan Singh in 2000 Assembly election of Bihar. They were the partners. So that is see, here it is some case which he is trying to look from the political eye. But what about the cases? You know, he is talking of General Raj. I do not know how does he explain the situation in UP, where in the complete security of police, there are some 3 people who is coming and shooting the person. So how can he
not convicted then, sir?
What kind of...
He wasn't convicted. He was sentenced to death by a lower court in 2007.
By and large, UP is completely cool. Completely...
Completely because of the bulldozer Raj. Because of encounter Raj. It is completely cool.
If bulldozer is answered to the criminal,
what nonsense you are speaking?
This is what Dr. Nawal Kishore, if you are saying that the BJP worked with Anand Mohan Singh, it happened before 2007, right? Because he had not been convicted at that stage. He was sentenced in 2007.
No, even now BJP is one party which can go with the most corrupt so far as election is concerned. They can go with the rioters so far as election is concerned. They do not have moral right those who are garlanding the people who are released in
So are you
Bulletins
suggesting
case,
that-
and they are and you look at the statement what was made by a BJP MLA in Gujarat कि ब्राह्मण संस्कारी होते हैं जो बिल्किस बानो केस में रिलीज हुए उनके लिए क्या बोला था
So
आप
Dr.
देखो
Nawal
हजारीबाग
Kishore,
में
can you tell us that nobody from the RJD or the JDU will politically align with Anand Mohan Singh going forward? He used to be with the RJD, your party. Can you tell us that he's not going, you will have nothing to do with him?
Already everything has been said.
One second, sir. Dr. Nawal Kishore, that question was to
He
you.
will certainly
No, let me have a counter question. Is he
No,
banned
sir,
to be in
you
politics?
answer my question, then give a counter question.
No. You have to clarify the context that if it is politically outcast, is he not allowed to be in politics? If he is there in politics, he is free and everyone is free to do that. Can BJP say that they will not go with them?
No. So I'm asking you, will your party go with him?
No, that is for the leader to decide, and that is for time to decide. It is
So you're not ruling it out.
What I am
Alok ji, 1 second. He's making a key point. You let him make his point. Dr. Nawal Kishore, go ahead.
No, what I am saying that his son is already there and MLA on RJD party. So that is what I am trying to say. You must understand, if somebody is released after completing his punishment, is he not allowed to do politics? That is the basic question that one must ask.
No. Of course he can do politics. I'm asking, will he do politics for the RJD?
You and I are no one to decide the political fate of a person.
Alok ji, I can't hear him. Alok ji, please let him. I'm asking a pointed question. I need an answer from him. And Dr. Nawal Kishore, can you rule out that he will be a part of the RJD or the JDU, your alliance? Can you rule that out? Yes or no?
This is not a question to be asked with me. This question is not perfect question for this time. Now the question
Why not, sir? It seems to be the perfect question. Because the allegation is that you have changed the rules to bring out a man who is a strong Rajput leader in Bihar ahead of the elections. And now when I am asking you whether he is going to join the JDU or the RJD, you are saying it is not the right question?
What I am saying that he the one. How are you saying that this rule has been done only to benefit him? There are so many people who has been benefited from that rule. It is not only
I
him.
understand that. Absolutely.
And how can
Our
you
political
say that?
system is full of criminals. We know that, sir. I am only asking if this man who has been convicted of murder and is out on remission will be part of your political party. Yes or no?
See, is he not allowed to be in politics?
No,
That
he
is the
is.
important question.
He is. I'm asking. I'm going beyond that, sir. I'm asking, are you taking him or no?
No. If he is allowed to if he is allowed to be in politics, he has right to be with any party wherever he likes.
Do you still consider him to be a part of the RJD, sir?
No, that is the party leadership to decide what is. I am just saying that what point I can make on this is not the right question to ask that who will he go. It is his decision to go with whomever he likes.
So you are not ruling it out. That's clear. Alok ji, go ahead.
Will you deny him entry to RJD? Tell me this specific question. Will you deny him entry to RJD since he is a gangster and a Bahubali? Will you deny him entry to RJD?
You have full of rioters in your party. You do have no moral right to speak anything. Your definition of rule of law is that anybody, the convict or the person who is facing charges, they must be killed in broad daylight in the company of police, security of police, before the cameraman. They can be shot down, gunned down. This is your rule of law, and that is how you believe, and this is your way of thinking.
First time that criminals have been killed in the police encounter. This is not the first time. I agree.
This is first time.
Okay, Alok ji and Dr. Nawal Kishore, I'm going to ask you both to wait and I'll tell you why. I think the person who's suffering most as a result of this are no political leader, but it's the widow of Mr. Krishnaiah. I spoke to her earlier on today. Let's see what she has to say and what she can do, if there's anything that she can do for justice. Well, joining us now, Uma Krishnaiah, the widow of the IAS officer, Mr. Krishnaiah. Ma'am, thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us. Ma'am, Anand Mohan Singh is being released from jail. What is your reaction? आपका reaction क्या है? आनंद मोहन सिंह को जेल से रिहा किया जा रहा है.
ये तो बहुत नीतीश जी का बहुत रॉन्ग डिसीजन है सर. ये तो उसको पहले तो उसको हैंग टू डेथ हुआ था, तब हम लोगों को जस्टिस मिल गया बोल के सोच रहे थे, मगर अब तो बाद में उसको चेंज किया गया है लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट में. फिर उसको अब तो उसको बाहर ले आ रहा है, केवल उस सेल्फिश मोटिव से उसको बाहर ले आ रहा है, और राजपूत वोट बैंक के लिए उसको बाहर लाया जा रहा है, और फिर उसको इलेक्शंस में भी खड़ा कर दे रहा है. ये तो अच्छा नहीं है. ये तो पब्लिक सोसाइटी में ये रॉन्ग सिग्नल्स दे रहा है. ये तो क्यों बोले तो कोई क्रिमिनल भी क्राइम कर सकते, फिर बाहर आ सकते, फिर उसको आम जिंदगी जी सकते बोल के लग रहा है हम लोगों को. और ये लोग नहीं सोच रहा है एक सिंसियर ऑफिसर का मर्डर होने के बाद भी उसको अच्छा जिंदगी देने के लिए पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स ट्राई कर रहा है, इसलिए हमको तो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है.
उमा जी, आपके पास कोई लीगल ऑप्शन है? आप इसको चैलेंज करेंगे?
नो सर, the 1985 बैच IAS ऑफिसर्स मींस मेरा हस्बैंड का बैचमेट्स वो सब लोग डिसीजन ले रहा है सर. दे आर गोइंग टू टेक द डिसीजन आफ्टर 1 week सर.
And ma'am, tell us about the support that these IAS officers have shared with you. That it's like a big family. They've come together since one of their own, suffered so much, lost his life, and now his killer is out of jail. How have they given you support?
Sir, in every step they have given the support to me in giving the plot in IAS means society, Prashashan Nagar society, and if I have any problem, just I have to contact the IAS officers of my husband's colleagues, and they used to help me, sir.
And ma'am, could you tell us?
And even in this case also.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead, ma'am. Continue.
Even in this case also they have informed me, sir, and they asked me whether you are going to sign on the petition or not. Means I told them definitely I will do it, sir.
And ma'am, could you tell us a little bit about your late husband? Could you tell us, and I'm sorry this would bring back memories of just what happened when he was attacked.
See, on that day there was a meeting in the Vaishali, sir. Kushinagar, Vaishali. There was a meeting conducted by the Commissioner Ji. So he went to attend the meeting, sir. While coming, this incident has happened, and I don't know much about the incident, sir. Only means after the incident I was in the shock, so I didn't ask anybody what happened like that. Whatever in the newspaper came, I read it, sir.
Ma'am, did it also sadden you that the man who did this has been out on bail on extended periods?
Yes, sir. It is a very bad thing is happening, sir. It is not only in my husband's case, it is happening in so many people's case, sir. See, please, I ask our Chief Minister and I request the Prime Minister and President Ji also, please give the corrected decision. Means don't give the opportunity to the criminals to come into the society again and do more crimes, and also to encourage the criminals.
Ma'am, thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us, and I'm sure that message of yours will be heard far and wide. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Thank you so much indeed.
And also one more
yes,
request,
please
sir.
go ahead.
Please, I am requesting the Prime Minister ji to involve in this case, sir.
All
Because
right,
he is a central government servant, so he should ask or ask the Nitish Kumar ji to take the decision back.
Right, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that and that request. Thank you very much indeed.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
At a time when there have been several questions on just how united the main opposition Maha Vikas Aghadi is in Maharashtra, or for that matter the future of the BJP Shinde Sena government, given that there is a key Supreme Court judgment on the disqualification of MLAs which is expected, we're joined by the senior Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut. Mr. Raut is a close confidant of the former Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. Thanks Sanjay ji very much for being with us. संजय जी, पहले तो महाविकास आघाड़ी के बारे में बात करते हैं। शरद पवार को कहना है कि वो इस टाइम पे नहीं कह सकते कि 2024 में आप एक साथ रहेंगे, एक साथ लड़ेंगे या नहीं। आप क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, पवार साहब का बयान मैंने देखा, मेरी पवार साहब के साथ उसके बाद बातचीत भी हुई। उसके बाद पवार साहब ने क्लैरिफिकेशन दिया है कि उनके बयान को किस तरह से मोड़ तोड़ कर बताया गया है। पवार साहब ने इतना ही कहा था कि हम सब महाविकास आघाड़ी में एक साथ है। अब तक सीट शेयरिंग पर कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। तब तक ये अस्थिरता रहेगी कि महाविकास आघाड़ी है या नहीं। लेकिन कल पवार साहब ने स्पष्ट रूप से कहा है कि महाविकास आघाड़ी में ही हम चुनाव लड़ेंगे और हम एक साथ हैं। और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है महाविकास आघाड़ी बनाने में पवार साहब का भी बड़ा योगदान है, उद्धव ठाकरे जी के साथ या राहुल गांधी जी के साथ। तो 2024 का चुनाव चाहे लोकसभा हो चाहे विधानसभा हो, महाराष्ट्र में महाविकास आघाड़ी डंट कर खड़ी रहेगी और लड़ेगी।
आपने अस्थिरता शब्द अभी इस्तेमाल किया, पर अगर हम अस्थिरता के बारे में शब्द इस्तेमाल करते तो अजित पवार के बारे में भी बात करना चाहिए, क्योंकि कई रिपोर्ट इस वक्त है कि वे अपने पॉलिटिकल फ्यूचर के बारे में इस वक्त नहीं जानते। कई रूमर है, कई सजेशंस है कि वो शायद बीजेपी के पक्ष में जाए। तो आप उसको कैसे देखते हैं?
बात ऐसे है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की आइडियोलॉजी क्या है मुझे पता नहीं। ओरिजिनल भारतीय जनता पार्टी अब कहाँ रही है? अटल जी के ज़माने में अडवाणी जी ने जो पार्टी बनाई थी वो पार्टी अब नहीं रही है। अब तो बस उधार की पार्टी है। बीजेपी वॉशिंग मशीन में किसी को भी डालकर शुद्ध कर लीजिए और अपनी पार्टी बनाइए। अभी शिवसेना के 40 लोग तोड़ दिए महाराष्ट्र में, फिर कहा तृणमूल के लोग तोड़ रहे, कहा तेलंगाना में किसी और पार्टी के लोग तोड़कर अपने पार्टी में ले रहे, कहा कांग्रेस से सभी भ्रष्टाचारी लोगों को एक साथ लेकर पार्टियां बना रहे हैं। महाराष्ट्र में भी यही है। ईडी सीबीआई का नोटिस भेजो, दबाव डालो और पार्टी तोड़ो। उनकी वहां जाने के बाद सब गंगा की तरह शुद्ध हो जाते हैं। अब पवार साहब ने भी ये कहा कि उनके पार्टी के कुछ लोगों के ऊपर जो एमएलएज है, जो एमपीज है, दबाव बना रही है बीजेपी कि आप एनसीपी छोड़कर बीजेपी में आइए, जिनके ऊपर ईडी के केसेस, सीबीआई के केसेस चल रहे हैं।
पर संजय जी, मुश्किल नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि अजित पवार अगर जाते हैं वो अकेले नहीं जाएंगे। आप अगर प्रेशर है एक बात है, पर अगर वो जाते बीजेपी के पक्ष में, वो कई नेता को लेके जाएंगे।
नहीं, अजित पवार नहीं जाएंगे। अजित पवार कहीं नहीं जाएंगे।
आपने अजित पवार से बात की इस बारे में?
कल 2 दिन पहले खुद हमारी हमेशा निरंतर उनके साथ बात होती है। पवार साहब ने, अजित जी ने कल खुद आकर बताया है मीडिया के सामने, आखिरी सांस तक जब तक वो जीवित है तब तक वो एनसीपी में ही रहेंगे। उनके बारे में अफवाह फैलाई जा रही है।
संजय जी, 1 मई को महाविकास आघाड़ी,
उनके घर की पार्टी है, ये फैमिली पार्टी है। अजित पवार कहां जाएंगे गुलामी करने बीजेपी में?
जी नहीं, 1 मई को एमवीए का एक मेगा रैली है और सब 3 पार्टी उस पे आएंगे। शरद पवार जी ने आपको कहा है कि वो डेफिनेटली एनसीपी को लेके वहां प्रस्तुत होंगे।
बात ऐसी है कि महाराष्ट्र में महाविकास आघाड़ी की मेगा रैलीज हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में हो रही है, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में हो रही है। अभी मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि छत्रपति संभाजी नगर में ये रैली हो गई और जगह पर नागपुर में रैली हो गई, बड़ी बड़ी रैली हो गई। अब मुंबई में होने जा रही है। मुंबई के रैली का आयोजन शिवसेना कर रही है।
जी।
और एमयूवी के सभी प्रमुख नेता ये रैली में उपस्थित रहे थे, जिसमें अजित पवार होते हैं, पार्टी के राज्य के प्रेसिडेंट जयंतराव पाटिल होते हैं, कांग्रेस के प्रेसिडेंट नाना साहेब पटोले होते हैं, बाला साहेब थोरात होते हैं, और शिवसेना की तरफ से उद्धव ठाकरे जी, और हम सब मंच पर उपस्थित रहते हैं। तो ये कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है कि मंच पर कौन रहेगा या कौन नहीं रहेगा। तीनों पार्टी के प्रमुख नेता हमेशा मंच पर उपस्थित होते हैं और रैली को एड्रेस करते हैं।
और 1 तारीख को शरद जी भी रहेंगे?
नहीं, शरद जी को अगर आना है तो शरद जी आ सकते हैं, लेकिन मुझे लगता है उद्धव ठाकरे, अजित पवार और नाना पटोले, ये 3 प्रमुख नेता है एमयूए के, वो हमेशा रहते हैं।
संजय जी, आपने कुछ दिन पहले कहा है कि 15 दिन के अंदर महाराष्ट्र सरकार गिरने वाली है। आप किस बेसिस पे ये कहते हैं?
बात ऐसे है कि बीजेपी नहीं चाहती कि ये जो शिंदे है मुख्यमंत्री, वो ज़्यादा दिन चल सकते या चलाया जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि बीजेपी का पूरा डैमेज हो रहा है जब से सरकार आई है। लोगों का गुस्सा शिंदे के ऊपर कम और बीजेपी पर ज़्यादा है, जिस तरह से सरकार बनी है, और शिंदे का परफॉर्मेंस 0 है। महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री शिंदे कल से 4 दिन के लिए ऑफिशियल छुट्टी पर चले गए हैं। ऐसा कभी होता है? महाराष्ट्र में कोकण में सबसे बड़ा आंदोलन चल रहा है लोगों का, लोग सड़क पर है, गोलियां चल रही है, हाँ, इतने इशू है महाराष्ट्र में, और राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री 4 दिन के लिए छुट्टी पर जाते हैं। ये कौन से राज्य में और कौन से देश में होता है? उसका मतलब है खुद मुख्यमंत्री डिप्रेशन में है कि उनको बदलने की तैयारी चल रही है,
क्योंकि सरकार गिरने वाला है। आप ये कह रहे हैं
मुख्यमंत्री छुट्टी पर चले गए।
नहीं, डिप्रेशन पे क्यों है?
मुख्यमंत्री तो डेफिनेटली बदलने जा रही है। बात ऐसी है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के निर्णय की प्रतीक्षा सबको है
जी,
और मुझे विश्वास है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जो सुनवाई हुई है, जो कानून है, जो संविधान हमारा कहता है, उसके मुताबिक अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने काम किया तो ये 16 लोग इंक्लूडिंग चीफ मिनिस्टर शिंदे डिस्क्वालीफाई होने जा रहे हैं। आप लिख कर लीजिए।
ओके संजय जी, आपने जब ये बयान दिया कि 15 दिन के अंदर ये सरकार गिरने वाली है, तो उस पे देवेंद्र फडणवीस को कहना था, और मैं ये उनका एक कोट है, वी ऑल नो सम रेसलर्स वर बैंड फॉर डोपिंग इन रेसलिंग, नाउ सम पीपल इन पॉलिटिक्स आर ऑल्सो टुडे गेटिंग हाई एट 9 in the morning and trying to wrestle, but wrestlers who have dope have to leave. तो आप क्या कहेंगे इस पे?
नहीं, देखिए, देवेंद्र फडणवीस खुद एक डिप्रेशन में गए हुए पॉलिटिशियन है महाराष्ट्र में, जो आदमी मुख्यमंत्री रहा है।
तो फडणवीस जी भी डिप्रेशन पे है,
वो आदमी एक,
और शिंदे जी भी
फडणवीस साहब, शिंदे जो इतने जूनियर है, एक जूनियर के नीचे काम करने के लिए उनको मजबूर किया गया है। तो डेफिनेटली फडणवीस साहब भी, उनकी मानसिक स्थिति ठीक नहीं है। बात नशे की नहीं है, बात है कि हम जो सच बोल रहे हैं, हम जो महाराष्ट्र में लड़ाई कर रहे हैं और लोग हमारे साथ हैं, उसके लिए ऐसे नेताओं को डिप्रेशन में गए हैं, और ये डिप्रेशन की नशा होती है, ये बहुत ही खराब होती है।
एक अंतिम सवाल, सुप्रिया सुले को कहना था कुछ दिन पहले कि 2 पॉलिटिकल धमाका होने वाला है महाराष्ट्र में। आपके अनुसार ये 2 धमाका क्या होने वाला है?
मुझे लगता है सरकार गिर जाएगी, ये धमाका है, मुख्यमंत्री बदलेगी, ये धमाका है।
ओके, एंड डू यू थिंक यू विल बी एबल टू रिटर्न टू पावर?
देखिए, हम तोड़ फोड़ जोड़ करके सत्ता में नहीं आएंगे। अगर ये चुनाव होता है तो हम चुनाव में जाएंगे और जनता से वापस चुनकर आएंगे।
और आप कॉन्फिडेंट हो कि आपके पास नंबर्स रहेंगे अगर चुनाव जल्दी होते हैं?
अगर चुनाव होते हैं 2024 से पहले भी, तो लोकसभा की 40 सीटें हम जीत जाएंगे, और विधानसभा की कम से कम 180 या 185 विधानसभा की सीटें हम जीत जाएंगे, महाविकास आघाड़ी।
All right, Sanjay Rao, thank you so much for speaking to us. Let's see what that political dhamaka is all about. But great speaking to you. Thank you very much indeed. All right, so lots of points over there. He says that Eknath Shinde is in depression. He says that Devendra Fadnavis is in depression as well. And he says that there is going to be a political dhamaka coming up in Maharashtra. Joining us to get their reactions to what Sanjay Raut had to say, Krishna Hegde, He's the deputy leader and spokesperson of the Shiv Sena Shinde camp. Rohan Gupta of the Congress, Mahesh Thapse of the NCP, Tuhin Sinha of the BJP, and Sanjay Gupta of the Shiv Sena. Thank you all very much for being with us. Let me come to you first, Mr. Krishnaiah Hegde. How would you respond to those who say that Eknath Shinde is depressed? That's what Sanjay Raut seemed to say.
Vishnuji, first let me correct you that we are the Shiv Sena.
Right, you are the Shiv Sena, got it. You've got the symbol, and they are the Thakre camp. Understood.
Yeah,
point taken. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the first thing I must tell you that you yourself was laughing when he said all the leaders in Maharashtra, top leaders in Maharashtra were depressed. So I don't have anything to say about him. I think he's one person who works for Uddhav Thackeray, speaks for Rahul Gandhi, and puts Sharad Pawar Sahab in an embarrassment. And that is what he had done last week with Ajit Dada Pawar, and so we are not taking him seriously anymore. Secondly, he said that the government is not stable. I tell you, in spite of that, he said that we are not going to form the government. We will go and fight the election. Why did he say that? Because on the floor of the house, the MBA hardly has around 100 MLAs, and they are in a very poor state. And even in the last protest, 13 of the Congress MLAs abstained from voting. I think Sanjay Raut speaks through his hat. Everything he spoke about the election commission, everything he spoke about the MLAs coming back, everything he spoke about the government falling, it's only a distant dream. And Devendra Fadnavis ji in his interview at 8:30 today in the evening has already clarified that the 2024 election will be fought under the leadership of Eknath Shinde ji. So I don't know where he gets all these stories from. I think he's just hallucinating, and I think that he needs to rest.
Sanjay Gupta, would you like to reply? Sanjay Raut is hallucinating.
देखिए, संजय राउत जी जो बात कहते हैं बहुत सोच समझ के कहते हैं और उनके आधार होते हैं। ये सारी जो कहानी है अब ये सब सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले पर आधारित है, और जिस तरह से सुप्रीम कोर्ट में केस चल रहा है, जिस हिसाब से लगता है कि जिस तरह से 15 विधायक डिस्क्वालीफाई होने वाले हैं, उसके बाद सरकार रहेगी नहीं रहेगी और किन के साथ रहेगी, ये बात इशारों में हुई है। और बहुत सी बातें इशारों में होती है, कहने सुनने की नहीं होती, सीधी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड। तो बहुत सी बातें समझने और समझाने की हैं। तो एक बात इसमें फैक्ट हो सकती है कि जो संजय राउत जी ने कही कि चीफ मिनिस्टर जो हैं अब कौन रहेंगे कौन नहीं रहेंगे, और जिस तरह से एनसीपी से बात आई, इनमें क्या तथ्य है क्या नहीं है। अजीत पवार जी जाने वाले हैं नहीं जाने वाले, हालांकि सुप्रिया सूले जी ने तो कहा था कि धमाका होने वाला है, शरद पवार जी ने भी उसको इशारा दिया, मगर बात होने के बाद अभी उस पर थोड़ा सा विराम लगा है। तो हो सकता है कि धमाके हों, और कुछ धमाके राजनीति में उजागर होने के बाद भी उन पर चर्चाएं सीधे तौर पर हो सकती हैं। उससे पहले तो क्यास ही लगाए जा सकते हैं। तो क्यास जो लग रहे हैं वो क्यास लगने के आधार है, और उसका सबसे बड़ा आधार सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जो केस है वो है, और उसके फैसले पर बहुत सी चीजें टिकी हुई हैं।
Tuhin Sinha, how nervous is the BJP about what's happening in the Supreme Court? If these MLAs are disqualified, what is your plan B? Ajit Pawar is your plan B, or do you feel that there's a real threat to your government?
Well, Vishnu, first of all, Sanjay Raut as a person is given to verbal indiscretion and mindless blabbering. The situation had improved slightly after he served a jail term, but it seems there has been a recurrence of that problem. So we no need to take him seriously. I don't think we need to be worried at all. 2/3 of Uddhav Thackeray's party had collapsed. They have shifted the loyalty, and I don't think we, all the legalities, all the necessary requirements for them to move out of the party legally has been complied with. So I don't think there is any problem on that front. Now Mr. Raut was talking about Eknath Shinde going on leave for 3 days. Imagine this is coming from a party whose chief minister never went to office, who was never accessible to his own party workers. So I think they should stop hallucinating, as one of my friends mentioned, and there is absolute stability in the Maharashtra government. Anybody should, in fact, people should take a break, especially when he has gone for religious purposes. It's very clear. He's mentioned he's gone for pujas and religious purposes. And Devendra Fadnavis ji has been on record. He has said that while anybody can aspire to be the CM, not everybody can. There is absolute stability and continuity in Maharashtra.
Rohan Gupta, how stable is the Mahavikas Aghadi? I think that's the other stability question that needs to be asked. Rohan, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? I think I can hear you now.
How
Yeah.
stable is your alliance?
See, the way BJP is jittery, you can see how stable is the Maharashtra government. See, they have hijacked the whole government, Vishnu, in Maharashtra. They have killed the democracy. They have hijacked the party. They have hijacked the
No,
government.
I'm asking
Now
about the
they are-
MVA. How secure is the MVA? Because let's face it, the what's happening within the NCP, your alliance
absolutely,
partner, is
MVA
problematic.
MVA is safe. There is no danger to MVA because BJP is now, BJP knows that something can happen to this government after disqualification. So they are jittery. BJP cannot live without power. So they are exploring their options. They might pressurize certain leaders. They will do their dirty tactics to ensure that they are in power. But let me tell you, Vishnu, by doing these short-term politics, they have lost the trust of people of Maharashtra. And people of Maharashtra, they have decided that they will give befitting reply to BJP. Come on, if you are not voted to power, it doesn't mean that you kill democracy. You can hijack democracy and form government like that. Today, Mr. Shinde also feels betrayed by BJP that tomorrow if disqualification happens, BJP will not even look at them. So obviously this is the nature of BJP. People of the country, people of Maharashtra and all political parties, they know that you have to remove BJP, remove them from power. So I think that is going to happen. It will be interesting to see what happens to the disqualification, and you will see a dirty tactics again by BJP. You cannot, expect anything good from BJP. They can go to any level. They can stoop to any level.
Okay, I think Tuin wants to reply to that. Tuin, go ahead.
I just need to set the record straight. When it is repeatedly said that we betrayed them, let me set the record straight. We trusted Uddhav Thackeray. We contested 55% of the seats in the previous assembly elections and we won 70% of those seats. So the mandate was always for a BJP-led coalition. It was they who betrayed us and we restored the mandate. So I think it's about time they stopped misleading the people on this issue. That's my limited point over here.
Mahesh Thapse, I think the key point over here is where exactly is the NCP and stability? Because the number of times over the last 1 week that we've heard about Ajit Pawar looking at options, Ajit Pawar thinking of joining the BJP, denials, but then the rumors keep coming back. How stable is the NCP?
Well, good evening, Vishnuji, all panelists and all viewers. First of all, my condolences to the bereaved family of the Badals and my prayers for his departed soul. Well, let me assure you here, Vishnuji, that the NCP is very stable. It's in fact the bedrock pillar of the MBS stability. And our patriarch leader, Sharad Chandra Pawarji, has already said that we are going to be with the MBA, we are going to be with the Congress, we are going to be with the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena, and we are going to fight against the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, there has been a certain speculation which is more of a rumor regarding Ajit Pawarji, and he himself has very well clarified that nothing of that was going to happen. Whoever has given this kind of a false statement, it came out in some papers and electronic media jumped onto it, and we all know that nothing of is true. In fact, Devendra Fadnavis ji also, I was just reading today morning that he has said that nothing of that sort is there. We are there with Shiv Sena, we are there with Eknath Shinde ji, and he is going to be our leader for the next 2024 elections. So now two statements, one from Ajit Pawar ji, one from Devendra Fadnavis ji, and of course our party patriarch Sharad Chandra Pawar ji. So there is no question of NCP first A breaking away, B breaking away and forming an alliance with the Bharatiya Janata Party, C breaking away from the MVA. So there is no question, we are definitely with the MVA, a pillar of strength to be in fact Mr. Pawar as a beacon of light for the entire MVA in Maharashtra, and of course he has his role in the national politics as well.
Has there been any overture from BJP leaders to some of your leaders? How secure are your leaders?
See, their overtures are all pressurizing by CBI, by ED and by income tax. So these things have been happening. I think Anand Deshmukh is one of the victims. Now Hassan Mushrif is there. And we also hear 2-3 more maybe in the pipeline. So we are not scared of that. That doesn't mean that we are going to give up our ideologies and align with the BJP and form the next government. So there is, first of all, I don't think that BJP will require. Secondly, the Supreme Court judgment is going to have a far-reaching consequences as far as the constitution and the socio-political economy of the entire country is going to see. It's going to have a far-reaching consequences. Judges in the future, governments in the future, speakers of the legislatures of the future are going to look at the Supreme Court judgment. Whether the 10th schedule in the constitution is going to stay, whether the speaker of the legislature can act upon his powers and disqualify or he cannot disqualify. These are 2-3 very important things on which the Supreme Court has to come out with its judgment. So till the time the judgment does not come, the current government dispensation stay, we feel that the judgment may go against the 16 legislators, which include the chief minister. And if the chief minister is disqualified, automatically the entire cabinet is disqualified and the government may fall. In that case, whether president rule is going to come or we are going to seek a fresh mandate, see, all these things depend on time to come. So it's all very speculative. But yes, NCP is going to be with the MVA, with the Congress and with the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena. We are not in any way with the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Sanjay Gupta, if these MLAs are disqualified and if the chief minister is also disqualified, which results in elections taking place, do you believe that a lot of the Sainiks who crossed over to the Shinde side might actually come back to your side?
किसी भी बात पर यकीन करना और किसी भी बात को स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड कहना बड़ा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि जिस तरह से पिछले 2.5-3 साल में जिस तरह की राजनीति हुई है, जिस तरह से गठबंधन बने, जिस तरह से सब चीजें चली और जिस तरह से अभी कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स आई, तो किसी भी बात पर सही तरीके से कहना तो बड़ा मुश्किल है. लेकिन यस, अगर ऐसा होता है तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि शिंदे ग्रुप सारा का सारा शिवसेना में ही आएगा, क्योंकि शिवसेना के अलावा और कहाँ जाएंगे, क्योंकि वो शुरू से इस बात को कहते हैं कि
संजय भाई
अभी भी शिवसेना है. मगर देखिए सर, शिवसेना ठाकरे परिवार से है, ठाकरे परिवार शिवसेना से नहीं है. शिवसेना का मतलब ठाकरे परिवार है.
नहीं, but let's accept the fact that for the moment you are not the Shiv Sena. You can be a faction, but the election commission for right or for wrong, sir, has said that they are the Shiv Sena. So let's not.
Let me come into this.
कानूनी तौर पर मैं मान लेता हूँ,
कानूनी तौर पे ही कह रहा हूँ,
लेकिन भावनात्मक तौर पर चलती है राजनीति. राजनीति भावनाओं से चलती है, लोगों के इमोशन से चलती है.
ठाकरे परिवार को what Sanjay Gupta says is important. He says that if tomorrow the government collapses, there is a disqualification that takes place, all the Sainiks who have crossed over to the Eknath Shinde camp will come back.
Vishnuji, I will quote Mahesh Tapasseji's leader only in this Ajit Dada Pawar statement. And we already, out of the 288 MLAs in the House, if suppose speculatively 16 are disqualified, we still have 272 and we will win the floor test very easily. Secondly, it is Sanjay Raut in your interview right now who said that MVA asthir hai, which means he has admitted that the MVA is unstable. And the third thing, which Rohan said, our CM is not on leave. He is on officially working and he has met BJP leaders and he has also met collectors and he has also met Shambhuraj Desai today. And therefore, these kind of tweets and speculative, rumor mongering by some, sections of the Uddhav Thackeray faction is just trying to mislead Maharashtra. Everyone is at work and therefore we see no fear to our government. Our government will not only complete this term, but also fight the 2024 elections and win both the Lok Sabha election and the assembly election with a thumping majority.
Rohan, how would you reply to that? That one way or the other, irrespective of what happens in the Supreme Court, the present government will remain? Rohan, can you hear me?
Yeah, it is. Your sound is coming late. Can you just repeat?
No, what I'm trying to say is that how would you reply to that argument that irrespective of what happens in the Supreme Court, the Maharashtra government presently will remain?
How is it that possible? If the MLAs are disqualified, how do you expect that to happen? Maybe if BJP has something else in their bucket, we never know, because you can expect anything from BJP. But I feel that if these MLAs are disqualified, it will be endgame to Mr. Shinde and his party, so-called party. And that's why BJP is jittery. Whatever news you are hearing about,
we already have the numbers.
Something. We will see. Like, it is not very
And that
far.
is why you are yourself
So
admitting.
Let
you are
Supreme
yourself
Court
admitting
judgment
that
come.
you will not
And
go
I
for a
think any ifs
protest,
and buts
but you will go
doesn't
for
make any sense.
elections.
We
So
know
that is
that
not
what
going to be possible.
BJP was
We already have the
capable of
numbers
doing
and the
anything.
government is very
They can
stable.
go to any extent to retain their power, but I think they have applied all possible things in Maharashtra. It's a new BJP model where they have hijacked the whole party. I think it cannot go beyond that. There is limit to everything, and that limit is over now. That's what I feel.
Tuhin, you've hijacked everything, and that the limit has been crossed. What happens if the Supreme Court verdict goes against you or your alliance partner?
First of all, the Agadi has no future, and that is why it is hallucinating that the Supreme Court verdict will go against it. Why should it go against us? Like I mentioned, we have complied with the requirements for the party breaking apart. 2/3 of the MLAs of Uddhav Thackeray's camp have crossed over this side. So I think, they should stop hallucinating. The Agadi, I say this with responsibility, was formed for ulterior and malified purposes, for extortionist purposes, because of which Anil Deshmukh spent a year in jail, because of which Nawab Malik anyway was cutting deals on behalf of Dawood. Such a regime has no place in Maharashtra. Maharashtra is very happy with the present combination of Eknath Shinde and BJP, because we have restored the pace in all the infrastructure projects which they had stalled in the period of 2.5 years. They had led to their non-performance had led to a situation of lawlessness which has come to an end. So Maharashtra is very happy with this coalition, and this coalition will continue for the next 2 years and beyond that.
All right. Well, let's see what finally happens. One way or the other, that Supreme Court judgment will be absolutely key. I'd like to thank you all very much for being with us.